I have a 12 megabit download and 4 megabit upload, so the stream may drop a few frames. So just FYI, just FYI. So yeah, if you guys are joining in for the very first time, I am on vacation, but I have brought a majority of my equipment. So every Sunday night, usually at 7:30 p.m. PDT, we do a group buy news stream. Tonight is a shorter show just because I'm tired. I would like to cover some of the group buy news starting this week, or ending and starting this week. Very first item that we're covering tonight that is ending on the 18th. Yeah, there's not many things ending throughout the week, but more like at the end of the week. This is MT3 ABS Retro. So yeah, here we go. This is a $95 base kit, and you have quite a few other kits here. 40 bucks, 15 bucks, $30 for the numpad kit, ortho kit, and spacebar kit. So yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. As many of you know, MT3 is not one of my favorite profiles. In fact, it is second to SA, my most hated profile. Well, I guess maybe hate is too strong of a word. I just feel like it's too sculpted that it grips my fingers when I type. So I feel like it slows me down. And when it slows me down, it does have the added benefit that my accuracy goes up, but it just feels very unnatural to me. 218, let's take a look at a couple of these renders. There we go, look at that, on a nice TKL right there. Regular Panty says, I finally made it to a live stream. This is not the live stream to make it to, because this is a scuffed stream. Yeah, look at that, looks pretty neat. Yeah, renders look pretty good, but like I said earlier, not my ideal high profile key set. Look at that. Nice set, wrong profile, says Miano. I would agree with you on that. You know, check it out, expires on the 18th. And guess what, guys? As far as I know, that is the only key set that is expiring this week. Let's move on to keyboards. There's a lot of keyboards expiring this week, and also a lot of keyboards that I missed from last week. Very first keyboard that is expiring is actually expiring on Tuesday, the 15th. Here we go, all the way on Swift cables. We have the Swift 65. Check it out, this is another 65% keyboard with, if you look at that layout, it's kind of interesting. It's not really an exploded away arrow keys and rightmost macros. It's almost there. It does give you this really awkward blocker if you look over here. But for 235 bucks, you have your choice of black, e-white. You can even mix up the colors. You've got dark purple, navy blue, and polycarb. What else? PCB, you have your option between solder and hot swap. Cool, 29 were sold in the last 26 hours apparently. But yeah, group buy started on January 10th and is ending on the 15th. 6-degree typing angle, 1.5 kilogram board, unbuilt. Couple plates available such as aluminum PC Palm FR4, full and half. Hey, that polycarb actually looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that layout too much. Yeah, that blocker looks super awkward to me. Oh nice, it comes with a case. Okay. Fragility says poly is nice. I agree with you on that. That looks really good on this. Yeah, it looks like the only way you would see the bottom is if you lift up the board. There's no like borders around it that would be visible from the top. So I guess it doesn't really matter that you change the color of the top and bottom. Let's see, Miano says, don't understand the blocker, just remove the key for no reason. I feel like the fact that he's doing it this way makes it look so weird. I feel like he should have completely separated those arrow keys. That's what I think that's missing in this. But yeah, check this out, guys. For $235, you have a pretty neat looking 65% expiring on the 15th. Let's see, when is it supposed to deliver? Does it even say? Yep, Q2 2022, so that's not bad at all. Q2 2022 delivery date. The next item that is expiring is just a recolor of a board that's already out, but this is the KBD 67 Lite in Lavender. For 125 bucks, you can get a full kit. You have your choice between ANSI and ISO, or if you already have a KBD 67 Lite and just want to change out the case, you can just spend 35 bucks and get that. You can also get an FR4 plate. Estimated to ship Q2 2022. Let's take a look at some of these renders. This is another one of those colors that I can't see. Check that out. To me, this looks like kind of like a babyish blue, which I guess that looks good. I'm assuming that's the FR4 plate. Check it out if you guys are interested. It expires on the 15th. In fact, all the boards this week are expiring on the 15th. The next one expiring is the ARC 68. Here we go, ARC 68. This one was actually introduced as part of a missed group buy from last week. This one's a $300 to $350 board. Pretty much looks like a generic 65 with the blocker on top for a badge of sorts, but you can choose between all these colorways. This has a lot of colorways. So PCB, you've got your choice between hot swap and solder as well. Plate is aluminum, FR4, and PC. Oh yeah. Oh, ARC 68 is getting extended until the 20th. Oh, okay, so I guess we'll talk about it next Sunday as well. Next Sunday is the 20th. Go through it a bit more. Look at that. I actually think it's a pretty neat looking board, though I do have to admit there are so many boards that look like this, at least from the top down, like what? The Iron, the Fuji, what else? Yeah, there's like a bunch of boards, I just can't think of any right now. 1F2 says the same blocker too. On the bottom, yeah, exactly. This is pretty much what a blocker at 65 with badge typically looks like. Let's see. I do have to say that the back design does look pretty decent. I like that. Like center USB as well. You know what? We have not looked at its specs. Specs. Here we go. 1.2 millimeter flex cut PCB. So this is the thinner type. Normally a PCB is 1.6 millimeters. Unified USB-C daughter board. Cool. What else? 7-degree typing angle. Gasket mounted. Seamless design. Let's see, brass, PVD, silver. Oh wait, these are back piece. Okay, there we go. Brass PVD black decoration weight and inner and outer silver chamfer. Neat. Pretty cool. Check it out. This guy also expires on the 15th. Or, you know, as someone said earlier, it's actually expiring at the 20th now. Did they change it? Nope, they haven't updated that quite yet. So I don't know where you heard that information, maybe on their Discord, but their website still does indeed say February 15th. Out of these 3 boards, which ones are you guys most interested in? Once again, just to recap that is the Swift 65, that is the KBD 67 Lite, and the ARC 68. They're all 65%. Which one of these interests you guys the most? For me, out of the 3, like earlier I mentioned that the Swift 65, this layout is just, it's kind of odd to me. So just because on that alone, I'm probably gonna skip out on it. The ones that I am most likely to buy would be the ARC 68. As common as this layout is for 65%, I do indeed like it. I still prefer completely exploded layouts, but this one is just fine for me. But as I said earlier, I want to get FR4 plates for my KBD 67 Lite. So probably just $20 of expenditures this week. Let's talk about missed group buys. Missed group buys. Let's see, there's a couple things I missed here. Let's talk about the key sets first. Here we go. This is from a new vendor that I'd never heard of before. This is from Keebio called the Timeless Violet. Violet is not a color I can really see, so I can't really comment too much on this. Interesting. $52 for the early bird. Wow, that is very cheap. So what is this? This is Dye-Sub PBT Cherry Profile, but who makes it? 162 keycaps included. Yeah, they don't seem to advertise who exactly is the manufacturer unless Keebio is the manufacturer. So who knows? Let's take a look at a couple more of these renders. It looks like I can't expand it. But 162 keycaps in this key set with even split space bars. That's pretty neat. I see Sangan, I see HHKB, okay. And if you look at some of these sub-legends right here, dang. Wait a second, they have the size of the key as sub-legends? Is that real? It is real. I guess if you ever forget what size your modifiers are, you can just look at the keycap itself. Interesting, okay. I'm not sure I like that. But anyway, this is a group buy that expires on March 1st. Started last week. So check it out if you guys are interested. When does this guy deliver? Ships between March 15th and 1st of April. That is probably the quickest key set group buy that I've heard of so far for this year. Next key set that I missed is expiring on March 6th. This one actually has my attention. It's made by ePBT, but it's their ABS line. ePBT ABS double shot vermilion on oil. And I'm like, vermilion on oil? What kind of names are these? Well, here, take a look at it. Typical red on black key set. Ooh, nice Wind X there. That's a Thera. Very nice. So yeah, if you've never heard of ePBT ABS, like ePBT started making ABS keycaps probably, I'd say it's been 2 years now at this point. Short answer to whether or not they're good quality, that they're not as good as the PBT ePBTs. So don't expect it to have sharp legends. And in fact, the ePBT ABS key sets that I've got don't really have full support for 65s and 75s using the standard key maps. Yeah, if you guys watch any of my 65% streams in which I use ePBT ABS, I make that rightmost column just like random novelties. There's some support, but it's still missing a row 3 page up key. Other than that, I do think the colors look pretty good. Let's see. Estimated delivery time anywhere here. Estimated ship date 1 to 1.5 months after group buy has ended. That's not bad at all, considering this is ending on March 6th. A 1 to 1.5 month delivery time is great. And yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. You have until March 6th to join the group buy. Let's talk about a whole bunch of keyboards that I missed from last week. There you go, this is the NFR 70 expiring on the 1st. NFR 70. So if you're looking at this, you're like, wait, what layout is that? Is that a 75%? No, it is not. It's a 60% with an F row. Like, I am a big time 60% user. Like, I do like 65%, but at work, I've been using a 60% for as long as I can remember. If you guys wanted to see what that looks like. 60%, F row on top. Let's see, what are the supported layouts? Okay, standard layout, Sangan bottom row, split right shift, ISO support, split backspace. Okay, this is good. Now I'm noticing that this is an F13 layout. So the top row is actually symmetrical. That's good. That is about $61. That is hella cheap. Not bad at all, okay? I like that. I may just pick one up for myself just because this is a very rare layout. Let's see, how long does it take to get to you? So it ends on the 1st, estimate shipping end of July, hopefully before. Okay, typing angle 5.8 degrees. That's good. Okay, so kit includes an Elite C. Okay, that's rare. Diodes and a reset switch, PCB colored black. See, hot soft sockets for the Elite C are recommended for this build. There we go. Check it out if you guys are interested. Expires on the 1st. Right, next board that I missed. There we go. This is called the PLX. Also expiring on the 1st. Go PLX by Peak Design. This is another 60%. Offered in win keyless, win key, and HHKB. Power and gasket strips are mounted to the top and bottom. Okay, so this is your traditional gasket mount system board. Comprised of a 3-layer construction, top and bottom cases are machined from aluminum and features soft chamfered edges and modern rounded colors. Cool. You have your choice of a palm or a PC plate, aluminum or FR4. Not bad. And colors, Phantom, there's Bliss, there's Red, Rosso. Pre-order until March 1st. Initial soft cap of 100 units. Base price is $450 US. Dang, that's really pricey. I've personally never heard of Peak Design before. I don't know what else they've done. Let me just look really quick. Let's see, extra PCBs, 50 US. Does it have a daughter board? Yes, it does. There's a daughter board connector there. Yeah, not too much info on this board. Any more pictures? Any more renders? I don't know about you guys, but this seems to be a very expensive keyboard for what it is. Like, the board looks nice. Like, look at that. Based on the renders, this is a very good looking board. It actually kind of reminds me of, let's see, of an M60, to be honest. Interesting. Yeah, like the board looks good. I think I'm just shocked at the price, it being $450. I was expecting more like $350. But if the bottom really is brass, then sure. Yeah, so it definitely looks like a Rama board. Yeah, it's beautiful, just not sure about the price. Not sure about the price. But yeah, if you guys are interested, check it out before March 1st. That's when it expires. Next one is a very popular board. In fact, I've been telling you guys to submit group buys to me for future streams just so I don't miss them. This one was recommended to me out of the 10 people who filled out the form last week. 7 of these people listed the Pomelo. There we go. This is a 40% keyboard. Started last week. Ends on the 8th. There we go. Look at that. For $260. Look at that. And it's even got a pen rail on it. I think this might be the first 40% I've seen that has a pen rail. I was joking with someone on the Discord. I was saying, oh, you know, maybe the pen rail is there because you get so frustrated typing on the 40 that you give up typing, that you just write down whatever you want. Yeah, $260. Let's look at a couple of the, I guess these are images at this point. It saves space on your desk since your pen won't be on your desk. Oh, looks like ortholinear support is in there as well. That's cool. And underglow. That looks like underglow. Dang. Not bad here. Anyway, let's look at the colors available. Navy, lilac, and dark gray. Win keyless on a 40. I guess some people want even less keys on their 40%. 12.75U staggered 40. Van universal keyboard. Okay. Top mount case design. That's good. 5-degree typing angle. C3 daughter board with ESD protection. Awesome. Well, it's not just ESD protection. If you use the latest C3 daughter board, you also get overcurrent and overvoltage protection. So it's not just ESD protection. Standard kit includes top case, bottom case, and pen insert, custom USB-C, hardware and bump-ons, Fruity Keep carrying case. Like vendors who start selling boards that have a pen rail, I'm like, maybe they should consider selling custom pens on top of that. I know that's like a whole different hobby. Like people get crazy about pens just as we get crazy about keyboards, but that could be a way to mend the two together. Who knows? Juan said, yeah, it's definitely a whole different hobby. Well, I am not a 40% user, so while I can acknowledge that this is very aesthetically pleasing, probably not very relevant to me. If you guys are interested in a 40%, check it out. You have until March 8th. This next one is the Haven 60. Check it out. This is a very interesting design. Check it out. For $310, you can choose between WinKey, HHKB, or just buying extras. That's the first time I've seen a vendor actually put that as an option. Very interesting. You can choose aluminum for the plate, brass, polycarb, or none. US units, only 95. Interesting. Lead time 46 months. 60% supporting, or standard 60% supporting. So pretty much all of the popular ones, I guess. Now, personally, I think if you're going for a soldered 60, the Canon Keys ANSI V2 is one of the best ones you can get. So I'm kind of upset that I'm not seeing it on this list. Let's see what's included: keyboard top frame gasket, bottom case, fasteners and fastening tools, 6-degree typing angle, 1.8 kilograms unbuilt. Wow, that's actually heavier than the Swift 65. The Swift 65 was like 1.3 kilograms. Oh no, it's 1.5 kilograms. The Haven 60 is 1.8, so 60% is heavier than the 65. Wow, okay. Reason being, look at how thick that bezel is. Oh, cool. You can also change the top. I like that. Looks like staircases on the side of a keyboard. When I first saw this board on IC, I thought this was a Keyboard Bell design. If you don't know who Keyboard Bell is, actually, I'm not sure if she makes keyboards anymore, but she basically 3D printed a lot of 60% or tray mount type cases, and a couple of her designs look like this. I'm like looking at it now. The top kind of reminds me of a bed frame. Oh, it even comes with a keyboard case. That's cool. Inspired by vintage Victorian furniture. Ah, okay. Gives a unique impression on the desk with its bold and curvy design. I don't really know much about Victorian furniture, so I'm not seeing it. But yeah, check it out. This is a keyboard that is ending on the 10th. Here we go. So I did talk about quite a few missed keyboards, so wanted to know your guys' opinions on which one is the most captivating to you. So with keyboards that started off with the NFR 70, which is a roughly $60 or 60% keyboard with an F row. There's the PLX 60. There's the 40% Pomelo. And last but not the least, the Haven 60. Which of these boards is the most interesting to you guys? So I'm actually glad that a majority of these boards are like 60%, you know, just because I feel like, personally, I'm not too interested in 60% anymore. I was really into them like my first 3 years into this hobby. But over time, it's like, I feel like 160 just looks like the next. And I'm starting to feel the same way about 65s. So I'm glad to see boards like the Haven 60 here that are, looks completely different. So yeah, out of these four that I talked about, Haven 60 is definitely the most interesting to me. Pomelo looks good, but not something I could really realistically use. The PLX 60, also super interested in this, but I feel like I can't justify the price. It definitely looks like it's $450, but I would have to hear like a typing sound. I would have to know how it feels before I could really be like, yeah, that's a $450 board. So realistically speaking, the one that I'd probably get is the NFR 70. 60% with an F row. But yeah, let's talk about starting group buys. Starting group buys. There's not too much starting this week, but then again, you know, we'll see what happens. This is GMK Mercury. I feel like I talked about this before, but it didn't happen. So we're talking about it again. There we go. Vendors are going to be Mexico, Desk Hero, MyKeyboard.eu, Prototypist, Switch Keys, and KBD fans. But check that out. A very gray looking set. GMK Mercury space bars. Novelties. If you buy the novelties, I think it starts to kind of look like GMK Honeywell. Let's see, base kit's gonna go for about 125 bucks, space bars 30, novelties 45, and Nord UK for 64. Got the Hibiki for 28, desk mats are 22. Let's see, does he? Oh, this is the SP 111 by Blind Assassin. A split 96 key, is that what that is? That's really bizarre. Okay, what's this one? The U80, okay, yep. The U80 looks good. Is that the iron? Yep, this is the iron 165, that's nice. Reminds me of Ashes 2, says Rollins. I'd agree with you on that. Iron 165, looks good. Looks like a good set. Like it's a decent set. I'm not sure if I'd call it a great set. I just think it looks fairly plain to me. So if I were to buy this, I'd probably have to get like the accent pieces as well, just to add a little bit more color. And yeah, because this is a GMK set, do expect it to deliver in like Q2 or maybe Q1 2023. Yeah, just be prepared if you join in on this. Long delivery times. The next key set that is starting. Okay, there we go. This is MW Art Nouveau. Don't know how to pronounce this. There we go. Starting on the 18th as well. On Mexico, Milky Way, Kanata Keys. Oh, I guess that's a new vendor up in Canada. Keygem, Protozoa, Zion Studios, and Stax KB. This, to me, when I first looked at this, I'm just like, wait, that kind of looks like Godspeed. Kitty Nemo says, Art Nouveau. Nouveau. New in French. Nouveau. Cool, okay. Nouveau. I should purposely butcher it or something. Every time I like mispronounce something on YouTube, I get like a bunch of people messaging me like, oh, it's actually this blah 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 blah. I've even had some people really mad at me about mispronouncing stuff, and I'm like, sorry, English as a second language here. I should say like Art Nouveau. Clown Baby says, I want the novelties. See, let's go look at the novelties. Those actually look pretty good. Those look incredibly detailed. Nice. Yeah, this really reminds me of a lighter version of Godspeed. I really like Godspeed. In fact, there was one point where I owned all of the Godspeeds. SA Godspeed, GMK Godspeed, and MT3 Godspeed. There was one point where I owned all of them because I loved it that much. This one, I don't know, it just looks... I like it, but I also don't because I keep thinking of Godspeed. And when I keep thinking of Godspeed, I look at this and be like, oh, this looks like a clone of Godspeed. Helicopter Fluffy says, I like that the legends are something new, but it's not for me in practicality. Oh, look at that desk mat. Okay, that desk mat looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. I like that a lot. See, colors. What are the colors here? All custom colors. Actually, I don't even know if Milky Way has stock colors. I don't think that they've ever like released that information. Like, do they have stock PBT colors of sorts, or just any key set that you build with them is going to be custom? Who knows? No pricing, but from previous Milky Way sets, I would wager that what, up to TKL, this would be a $70 key set, I think. If you guys are interested, this is Milky Way Art Nouveau. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right this time. Starting on the 18th. So yeah, as far as I know, there's really only one keyboard that's starting up this week. And it's starting up on the last day. This is starting up on the 19th. This is the THT kit that I've personally been watching for a very long time. This is the Argyle. This is a 60% keyboard that's THT. Usually, whenever you have a THT kit, which stands for through-hole technology, all of the components are put on the top of the board, and that's where the see-through is. For the Argyle, those components are put to the left and on the right, which I think is very aesthetically pleasing. Like, it makes it very symmetrical. I think the black one looks best to me, at least. Additional rendered. Oh, the blue looks really good too. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Red PCB and then you're putting red caps on. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, let's look at the PCB. Yeah, I really don't think there's room for LEDs there. Here, let's go look. Yeah, no LEDs. There's no LEDs even on any of the switches. Looks like it's using an Atmel 328P. I don't know what the second chip is for. FitLab says, yes, the sides light up. Really? I'm not seeing any lights on it. Maybe it's on the other side of the PCB. There, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Oh, here we go, see? RGB LEDs for side partitions. Okay, I did not see any of those on the PCB, but maybe I just didn't look too closely. But interesting. 8-degree typing angle, aluminum housing. FitLab says LEDs are on the top. Alexodas just did a build and the LEDs were there. Really? So now that I know that this thing has LEDs, I'm going to assume that that second chip there, over here on the right, that's the LED controller. Yeah, I am definitely interested in this board. Like, normally I don't like THT kits, but one of my biggest issues with the THT is, number one, it is a pain in the ass to solder in these diodes. Actually, it's a pain to bend the diode, to bend the diodes properly. Soldering isn't too bad, it's the bending part. And the other issue is, like, a lot of these THT kits they really look like DIY kits. Like, there's no nice aluminum casing. Like, if you wanted to get a casing for them, you'd have to go to somewhere like the P3D store, right? Or wait for them to get a nice acrylic plastic case, right? But this one actually comes with an aluminum case, which is so pretty. $400 for a THT kit is definitely a lot. The other THT kit that we talked about, the what was it called? I forget. No, it was the NFR70. That one was only $60, but I think a majority of the money for this is going to the aluminum case. Let's see, Fragility says, I would have preferred if the exposed PCB was only on one side of the board. I think that's what sells this board, actually, having it on both sides. Though I will have to admit that usually if you buy a 60%, you're buying it because you want more desk space. This one looks like it's at least as long as a TKL, possibly a little longer, maybe on the same level as like a like Wind X or something. Yeah, this is definitely a board I am very much interested in. These supported layouts. Good. Split right shift, ISO, split backspace, Sangan, and standard. First time chat from viewer Epic Modown. This looks like a modern art piece. I would agree with you on that. Would absolutely agree with you on that. Keyboard details, 8 degrees. Yeah, we had that before. Top mount, 1.5 millimeter aluminum. Group by details, $395. There we go, February 19th. First come, first serve. 200 units, prototypist. Timeline Q1 2023. Oh, okay, interesting. So this will take just as long as what GMK advertises. I wonder why it's gonna take that long. All of the other keyboards that we talked about tonight were all scheduled to be like Q2 or even Q3 of 2022. This is the first one that has exceeded 2022. So I wonder why. Brass, aluminum, carbon fiber, and palm plates, extra PCBs in white or black, extra set of through-hole components, extra acrylic power cover, diffuser set, very interesting. Anyway, as far as I know, that's the only keyboard that's starting up this week. I know it's been a shorter week than usual, and unfortunately we will not be doing the audience group buy section just because I just flew in today and I am deathly tired. Next stream is gonna be hopefully next Sunday. We'll see. I'll be here all week. Thanks guys for joining in. I will see you hopefully next Sunday. Have a good rest of the night, everyone, and a good start to your week. Goodbye now.